Around New Jersey, around the clock. This is News 12 New Jersey.
Nearly 20 people are being treated at area hospitals after this commuter bus crashes with a mini school bus in Old Bridge.
We do have a Team 12 coverage on this collision for you this afternoon. News 12 New Jersey's Luke Margolis and our John Bathke are both standing by with the details. And we do thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Eric Lanskroner.
And I'm Carissa Lawson. Now, this is a midday look at Route 9 and Arcade. That crash happened. No children on the school bus and 15 people on the commuter bus suffered minor injuries. But a 31-year-old woman and a 42-year-old man are in critical condition right now. News 12 New Jersey's Luke Margolis is at the site with more on exactly what happened. Luke, I also understand you had an opportunity to speak with some people while on the scene.
Yeah, we've checked in with both representatives from the Academy Bus Company and with the Old Bridge Police Department, who have kind of caught us up to date a little bit on what they believe may have happened. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see the school bus right now that was involved in this accident is in the process of being straightened up and towed out of here. It's the latest stage in cleaning up what has been really a messy situation out here, but luckily no children on that bus, so what was messy, thankfully not tragic. Back behind that bus you can see the Academy bus involved in this crash as well, resting up against a tree outside this apartment complex. The good news here on Route 9 is traffic is open in both directions again, although northbound is condensed down to one lane. And here's what they think may have happened. According to police, both vehicles were traveling northbound when the school bus tried to make a right turn into the street I'm standing right in front of right now. It was at that point that it was collided by the Academy bus traveling northbound from Lakewood on its way to Wall Street. We're going to give you a look at some video that our cameras found as soon as we arrived here on the scene. As you mentioned, two people seriously injured. They were both on the Academy bus. They were medevaced from the scene by state police helicopter. One of those was the driver of the Academy bus. He had to be cut out of the cab of the vehicle by first responders when they got to the scene. The other vehicle involved, of course, was the mini school bus. Two people on board that vehicle, a driver and an aide. They crawled out of the roof hatch on top of the vehicle, but luckily they're expected to be okay. Now, according to Academy, they're going to cooperate with the investigation fully, but at this point, even they are still collecting more information. Here's what a representative had to say.
We know the people who were on the bus. It's the regular morning service between Lakewood and Wall Street. The bus still had 4 more stops to go, but it sounded like there were a lot of people on it. We don't have the number of people on the bus yet. You would get that information mainly from the driver, and he was, one of the more injured people.
But as we now know, more than a dozen of those people were injured. The ones who were not injured and refused medical assistance were taken to a local rec center where they have since gone on their way. Here's the complication as of right now as it stands here at the scene. When the school bus flipped over, it actually landed on a generator. Now, when they tried to fire that generator up, according to police, sparks flew out of there, so they had to have JCP&L come out here, shut down power to the generator. That generator controls sewage for this entire area, so they're working on trying to get that resolved right now. We know power to all but one of the buildings at the apartment complex is back on, so at least those folks have electricity. Again, we speculated that as to who may have been responsible for the accident here. Both vehicles traveling northbound. It was a rear-end accident, but according to Academy, they have both cameras and sort of a black box type device like you'd find on an airplane that'll tell them logistically what happened to the bus and when. So they're confident we're going to get the exact details as to what happened out here at the scene, and that will provide some more clarity. Their folks are already looking at the data, but they're not making it public yet. We hope to have that information soon, and when we get it, we'll be sure to send it back on to you guys. But as of now, some serious injuries, luckily no children on that school bus.
All right, Luke Margolis, with that sewage situation you just mentioned, we now know that the repercussions are far beyond just the people who were involved in that accident. All right, thanks so much, Luke.